I did a little live in our Facebook group this morning, and it's amazing because you never know what's going to come out your mouth, really, do you, when you start doing these lives?
I did some Insta stories yesterday that was the same, yeah.
And I realised that when I'm talking about business, there could be an interpretation that I don't really view my business as a business. I don't want it to be a big business, so therefore I'm switched off to everything that you're saying. And I had that little light bulb moment this morning. So I suppose where I was getting at with that is there's so much work to do on yourself, and there's a lot of things that, you know, kind of like you alluded to with that example, there are things that you could pick up and copy, and you there's no reason, and there's no I was trying to think of another word for reason, but no, there's no reason why you couldn't actually just mimic the whole thing. You could copy somebody's social media, you could copy the reels, you could copy.
I mean, the social media bit I was never going to do because,
but this is
it's just never relied on it.
And this is kind of the point I'm getting at in going, that's something that business has decided to do, and that's fine. It doesn't mean I have to copy it. I had a model where if I was making 3 sales a month at 2K, I was like, there was $6,000 coming in for me. I was quite happy with that. I didn't need to go and get 50 people. I needed 3. But I was actually averaging more like 6. So it was a decent amount coming in every single month without me having to be fearful of what everybody else was doing. And yes, I was significantly a lot higher than everybody else. I didn't have the social media presence. I had a very simplistic website page. But I was never, ever concerned around anybody else popping up in the area. It just didn't. When I got to that point, I genuinely didn't care about other businesses. I could admire businesses from a distance and go, actually, you're really good.
I think I had the same. And I think for me, definitely, and probably for you as well, is that feeling of being so sure about what it is you offer and having that self-belief in it, and knowing that you have the ability to help people and you'll do it in your way, and your way is not for everyone and you're not everyone because you're not supposed to be. And I think once you accept that, however you reach that point, whatever helps you reach that point, some people need a lot more support on it, we've discovered, and some people have kind of naturally got that as I don't know, it's part of their thought process. And I think for me, it's always been there for whatever reason. And because I remember a situation where I left a venue and literally this happened to me twice now, actually.
When you were doing the franchise thing?
Yeah, but this was like way before I finished.
Right.
This was, I moved venue. I used to be at a venue in Aswell Bank, and I moved there and someone jumped in my grave, like literally straight after, the same time, same time slot, same night, called it virtually the same thing. And I was just like, oh, because I remember like maybe someone told me, oh, have you seen, again, same sort of thing, like, have you seen that they're doing this? And I was like, oh, right, okay. How do I feel about this? And I didn't immediately jump to like, oh my God, everyone's going to think like, you know, I don't know what I immediately thought. But then I was like, do you know what? Fair play to them, because I think they're kind of riding off the back of me. I'd been at this venue for quite a while. And I thought it may just be because it takes dogs and, you know, the challenge of finding somewhere that takes dogs. Or it could just be that they're kind of using that as an advantage to go, well, people know there's a presence there. They know there's a dog trainer in that village, and maybe they'll just inquire thinking it might be her and it's not. It's us instead. And I just went, fair play. I wish you luck. And I like, if people want that, they want that. And if they want me, they'll find me, because I hadn't moved very far away. But then it happened again when I left puppy school, and the tutor that I was working with ended up taking my slot. It was a puppy school tutor. It was very, okay, there's a lot of people that might think that is me, because I was puppy school as well at that point, and then I wasn't. And it kind of, again, a little bit more probably concern around that, because I was like, oh. And then very quickly I was like, no, it's like, we're different people. We do it different ways. We might be under the same umbrella, or we were for a very short period of time and then we weren't. But everybody's got their own choice around this. And if they go to her and they think it's me and then they discover it's not and then they find me, that's fine. And if they go to her and they prefer her and they're happy with it, that's fine as well. And
amazing how it has the potential to be really bitter.
Yeah. And I could have really got worked up by that. And I just was like, that chapter of my life is closed now. And I can sit with myself going, I'm okay. I've got peace with it. I went through a lot of shit just before that point, but I came out the other side. I was doing my own thing. And do you know what I thought as well? Because I came out the franchise, I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. So I was like, I'm not bound by the class plans. I'm not bound by all the rules. I'm literally like running that class. I was still running classes at that point, but I was running them how I wanted to run them and including things in it I wanted to and not including things I didn't and had pressure to include. And I was just like, do you know what? I'm better off here because I can do whatever I want and you're having to do that. And that's my thought process. Maybe that's how I coped with it and was okay with it. But yeah, I could have been a completely different. Can you imagine like the fear around that, what that could have created for me? I could have just completely freaked out about it. And maybe I could have gone and slagged them. I've never said a bad word about any of these people. I was literally like, go for it. Like, why would you not? There's a slot available. So why would you not take it? And if it works for you and you feel like you might gain from it, brilliant. Like, I'm not a person who's going to just, shout you down for no reason. But I also understand the fear around that from some perspectives as well. Like, you can just do whatever you want. I'm like, can I? Yeah. Is that allowed? But we are so constricted by not this industry, because many, many others have the same problem, don't they? But we are so afraid to think outside the box and break out, be a bit daring.
We don't know how to. We're not encouraged enough to do it.
We're not. And we're not encouraged at school. I mean, this is not going to be a school. We could absolutely.
My brain immediately went to, my God, we need to talk about this.
School does not shape you into being an entrepreneur. And then, of course, you're going against the grain with it all. It's really hard.
Yeah. Yeah.